Hello, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Iryna and I'm a sex, love, and relationship coach. And I have been a men's sexuality expert for the last 7 years. And so this video is on sexual energy containment or sexual urges, how to deal with them, what to do, what are the practices that I would recommend, that I usually recommend for my clients, and what it is, why is it so important to learn how to contain in a healthy way your sexual energy, not to repress it, but to contain in a healthy way. So first I want to start that a lot of men who come to me, they ask me questions. They're like, well, I can't help but masturbate once or twice or even 3 times a day. It's exhausting, or it's so distracting. I can't focus on anything. I just constantly think about sex. I constantly think about women. Go and watch porn a lot, or scroll through social media, all these nude photos or women in bikinis, or when going outside and seeing a woman passing by, like their gaze and their attention is just like the mind wanders, immediately goes into a place of how I can have her. And so this is obviously distracting and very and bothers men, right? So they ask me questions what to do. And so I offer various things for that. And also, before I share what would be supportive to do, I want to share about sexual energy containment from the perspective of feminine and masculine energetics, feminine and masculine energies, not man and woman. I'm not talking about gender, I'm talking feminine and masculine energies that we all have, and they exist in both men and women. Like in a balance, or supposed to be in balance. So men, or masculine energy, is designed to penetrate, to protrude, to go forward, to aim, right? And feminine is designed to receive and be open and absorb, and things like that. That's from metaphysical point of view. And so when a man walks around the world, he penetrates the world, and he wants to penetrate the feminine from the energetic perspective. He wields his attention and does the penetration with his consciousness. Feminine is just that. It's energy. It's this aliveness, that is beautiful and radiant, and it nurtures a man. And consciousness penetrates energy. And so if a man walks around on the streets, he wants to fuck a woman. that beautiful woman that, for example, passes by, and it's beautiful, right? It's like it's how we're designed. It's how it's speaking from again, from the perspective of metaphysics and energetics and holistical tantric principles, it's a beautiful merging, right? It's almost like when a man and a woman have sex and they co-create a baby. It is beautiful experience. However, men in our modern world are not thinking that way, and relating rather to women from the point of view, from the perspective of like, oh, I want to take, I want to get it because what she has, I don't have. Because his feminine is probably very, very depleted. And I'm going to say that sexual energy equals feminine energy. Sexual energy in all of us that we have, it is that, it's energy. And it equals feminine. So when men don't have that feminine, that sexual energy transmuted or like cultivated, contained in a proper way to say, but they spill it all the time by ejaculating all the time, by masturbating all the time, right? By watching porn all the time. Their attention is always goes out, 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 and they don't have anything for themselves. They're like, their attention, they're like, they're so scattered, they're so distracted, they look all over the place that they constantly need to refuel. And the best way they know how, because they're so depleted, is by taking it from that women that they see in porn movies, or outside on the streets or social media, whatever. And so that, how we feel when we are approached by such men, we feel unsafe. We feel that you are hungry, like, not like, we love the hunger and desire from a man that is also aligned with his emotions, with his heart, with his appreciation of the feminine. Like a man who is containing his energy, who is doing all the transmutation practices with his sexual energy, who is relating very in a healthy way to it, right? Not spilling it, not ejaculating all the time, not masturbating to porn, is wielding his attention to all the right places. He is conscious and he is very intentional about where he puts his attention. That man also has his heart chakra, heart center, open and connected to his cock, and when he sees a beautiful woman passing by, he has the desire, but that desire, that like wolfy desire, also because this is not the place to express it, right? It goes into his heart and he expresses it as an appreciation for the beauty that he sees, as almost like he sees beautiful sunset or beautiful sunrise or this beautiful view on the mountain. You're like, oh, gasping because it's so gorgeous, and it just right into you, right? Like it blasts into you, like the woman that you see passing by, she blasts with her openness, with her radiance, and you're like, oh, circulate it through your system. I love it, I appreciate it. You're not doing anything. You're not spilling your energy, your sexual energy. You're containing it, you're circulating it through your system. That is the man who is the conscious man, that not the man who experiences sexual urges. So for those men who are experiencing this sexual urges, I would recommend to become really aware of that this is, you're distracted. You have to masturbate. And I would say that the more you masturbate, the more you will masturbate. The more you deplete yourself, the more you will continue doing it. And so the trick here is just to stop masturbating, stop watching porn. If you have like a serious addiction, come see me. But you have to make a conscious choice on where your life force is going. And once you do, then you will start having, like if a man starts transmuting his sexual energy, like bringing it up, in his body, not spilling it, not ejaculating all the time, he starts to fill up. He starts to, to feel more potent, more vibrant, more energy, more testosterone, more everything is coming up, as well as more of that like a bad energy that is sitting, that has been there for a while, right? Like that energy of probably shame or guilt or whatever it is, it also starts to get amplified within this energetic body of this man. He starts to feel everything acutely. His awareness starts to expand, his consciousness starts to expand. He will become more sensitive, but also very sharp and very observant and alert, and his attention will start to get crystallized. These kind of men are very attractive to women. And also, if you're in the beginning of it and you start getting blasted with like shame and guilt and all the uncomfortable emotions, it's important that you also notice that. And working with someone like myself, like a professional, is recommended in that case, because if you start feeling that, you would want to again to push it out, to push it from your body by ejaculating. Sometimes I see men, I have men or I had men clients who would tell me that if they had a bad day, they would, watch porn, ejaculate, and it would feel better, right? It's like an emotional situation, and they cannot hold that emotion, that bad emotion, stress or whatever. They would, masturbate, ejaculate, done, feel better, fall asleep. So, but once you start practicing it and some time passes and you reach the point when you process those uncomfortable emotions, the beauty starts to come out, your heart starts to open more to like those fulfilling, joyful experiences. And that's when you start to notice also more deeply. Your awareness, as I said, starts to expand. And um, next time you notice a woman passing by, if you're tracking yourself, right, you may notice that you really appreciate her instead of like, oh, let me take from her. I'm so hungry, let me take from her. So, yeah. So this is what I wanted to share. Oh, repressing this energy and not, there's like another spectrum is when men, because they think it's too bad to like take from women, um, they repress it. They shut it down completely. And that is not a good thing either, because then we women would like want your desire and your hunger and your like wolfy um hunger for the feminine, um and instead we just have like, niceness of yours, and that is not attractive either. So I would highly recommend for you to come to see me for help, and I will, lead you through a step-by-step process on how to navigate all of this. Because, it's first it's an awareness process, and second it's like, you have to do like a physical purging. Have to relearn how to self-pleasure differently, or like stop some time for some time that masturbation, that habitual masturbation that you as a man did. And of course, put yourself on a no porn diet and no like nude photos or any kind of like, distraction of that sort, and put your attention elsewhere. So that's my video about how to contain your sexual energy and your sexual urges. And if you really loved it, please heart it, like it, and follow me, and come to work with me, or sign up for my newsletter. Would love to see you. Bye.